Hello YouTube, I'm Big Al 1982 and this is the Movie Reviewers 100, the collaboration channel here on YouTube that brings you themes each week. This week's theme is movies based on children's books, and I've decided to review the 1990 release The Witches, based on a Roald Dahl book. Roald Dahl was one of my favourite novelists, authors when I was a kid. He done great stories like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the BFG, and also The Witches. I haven't read the book in many years since I was a kid. I watched the film yesterday, and I'm not 100% sure if it's word for word, but I know through IMDb the screenplay was written by Alan Scott, or Scott Allen, I believe. But the novel was written by Roald Dahl, and I remember just loving it as a kid, the story. I remember the illustrations in there, and watching this film, I must say I do enjoy the film. I remember seeing it many years ago, and then watching it yesterday just brought back all the good feelings I thought about this film. Yeah, in some places you may say this film is a bit dated, and some of the effects are a bit dated as well, but overall I do enjoy this film. So the main story is centred around the character of Luke, who is being looked after by his grandmother after the death of his mum and dad. And the lead up in the beginning of the story, she sort of introduces him to the story about the witches. Basically says the witches are true, and she sort of describes them, and she lets him know they're around basically. After the death of his mother and father, she looks after him, and they go. She sort of has she suffers from diabetes, if I remember rightly, and the doctor says they should go away on a holiday so she can relax. And they go to this big massive hotel, and at this hotel is where the action all begins, where there is a convention of witches, which they stumble on, ironically. And yeah, so he sort of gets involved with these witches, and they have a plan that he's aware of. They want to make all the kids in London rats, basically, or mice. And he gets turned in, this other little guy who's annoying in the film, gets turned into mice, and it's all basically about his character as a mouse, and his grandmother trying to stop the witches from doing their bad thing. In this film you have Angelica Houston playing the king, or the head witch, and I think she just plays a really great part. The witches look really good, I think. As I said at the beginning, this film is a little bit dated at places. Some of the effects may be a little bit dated, but I don't think there was much CG around in 1990 or 89 when this film was being filmed. But overall I do really enjoy the story. What I remember of the Roald Dahl story, there is similarities in there. As I said, I'm not sure if it's word for word, but I really do enjoy this film. It's a great fun fantasy family film with a little bit of horror aspect in there, with the looking of the witches and a bit scariness in there. But it's a really good fun family film, not necessarily for everyone, but I do enjoy this film each time. The story from Roald Dahl was really good, really imaginative. Angelica Houston plays a really good part as the witch. She's really evil in it, and when she takes off the skin and is revealed as the witch, she really looks ugly. But yeah, so it's a really fun, enjoyable fantasy horror, family horror film, which I would recommend, but not necessarily for everyone. But there we go. That is my review for this week. I hope you all have a great weekend. Roald Dahl's The Witches film gets my thumbs up, and I don't know why I've done that, because I've never done that before. I hope you all have a great weekend. Goodbye, and check out everyone else's reviews this week here on the Movie Reviewers 100. Goodbye.